Today in the shop, we'll be installing our Supreme Suspension adjustable front leveling kit for the Colorado ZR2 with the DSSV suspension. With the front end off the ground and the truck secure, we'll go ahead and remove the front wheels and set them aside. Loosen the front skid plate's rear mounting bolts and remove the forward mounting bolts. Set the skid plate and hardware aside for reinstallation later. We've already removed our sway bar end links not shown in the video, we're sorry, but we've set them aside for now. Now we'll remove the front sway bar brackets and set the sway bar and hardware aside for reinstallation later. The sway bar is a bit heavy, use some caution getting it down and watch your head. Next, we'll disconnect the outer tie rod end from the steering knuckle. Following that up, we'll remove the ABS sensor wire bracket from the steering knuckle. And then remove the ABS sensor itself. You'll hang it off to the side somewhere neat to prevent any kind of strain from the spindle pulling on it. Then we'll disconnect the upper control arm from the spindle by removing the upper ball joint nut. If the ball joint taper seems to be stuck, as you remove it, you can strike the side of the steering knuckle with a brass hammer or a dead blow hammer to loosen it up. Remember, that's striking the side of the knuckle, not the control arm. Moving to the top of the strut, we'll remove the 3 OE top strut mount nuts. Remove the 2 lower strut mount bolts and remove the assembly from the truck. Now we'll install our spacers. On this truck we're going for 1 inch of lift in the front, so we'll use 2 of the spacers on each side. Get the strut back into position and begin the reinstallation by securing the top of the strut with its 3 mounting nuts. Reattach the lower strut mount by lifting up on the lower control arm and adjusting the strut until the bolt holes line up, secure with the OE bolts. Reinsert the upper ball joint into the spindle. Using a small pry bar can help make this a lot easier. Secure the ball joint with the OE nut. If the ball joint starts to spin, use an Allen key to hold the taper still while tightening the nut. Then we'll reinstall the ABS sensor into the spindle. And reattach the sensor wire bracket to the back of the knuckle. Reinstall the outer tie rod end. Guide the sway bar ends up and over the tie rods and reinstall it to the frame using the OE hardware. Now reinstall the sway bar links back into position using the OE hardware. Slide the skid plates rear mounting slots over the bolts and reinstall the front bolts. Then tighten the front and rear. Reinstall the wheels back onto the truck and lower it to the ground. You're now ready to enjoy your new lift.